There's a new Silent Hill game titled Silent Hill F, which was published by Konami but not developed by them. Unlike the previous Silent Hill games where it's a more western setting, this one takes place in a small town in Japan, with schoolgirls. What's interesting is that Konami hired Ryukishi07, the writer of the When They Cry series. Higurashi in particular is also a Japanese horror series that takes place in a small town in Japan with schoolgirls. Right what you know, right? Except the town is foggy this time, which actually makes it closer to Persona 4 than it is Silent Hill. It's fitting that they got the When They Cry writer for this one because the series tackles all sorts of topics ranging from folk horror, conspiracy theories, mystery thrillers, metafiction, and lowly soldiers preventing the next world war. He clearly has his priorities. The game does look rather neat, so we'll have to see how the gameplay goes later down the line. But so far, I'm interested to see what the guy behind the When They Cry series is gonna offer for Silent Hill. I'm seeing fanarts already of the main girl. That's how excited people are with this game. Fingers crossed for it to not suck. The new Silent Hill game has trigger warnings, and that got some people complaining that trigger warnings are dumb. I personally find them rather redundant, especially for a horror game, but I'm not gonna demand it to be censored or removed or anything. If people want to warn others about the content that they want to present, that's totally within their rights to do so. It sucks that we have to live in this generation where warnings like this have to be provided, but I personally blame the whole generation rather than the game. Y'all are so stuck in 2015, 2016 SJW YouTube, you guys think trigger warnings are woke and dumb? I don't know, it really depends on how you use them if you ask me. There are definitely people who make a hard stance about this and think nobody should need trigger warnings whatsoever, but I'm not one of those people. I personally think they're redundant and not really that helpful in the grand scheme of things. I want to play a game or watch a movie and be shocked at something that makes me feel uncomfortable. Animal cruelty makes me uncomfortable, so when I watch something like Elfen Lied and that scene with the bullies and the puppy happen, it makes me feel like I want to go on a murderous rampage. The point is, I find trigger warnings pointless and redundant. Others find them dumb, some even call them woke. I don't really mind them existing there. I just won't read them because I prefer to be surprised with the media that I'm consuming, especially if it's a horror media. I just want to see how Konami can bring back Silent Hill from its doom after Bloober Team saved them with the remake. The trigger warnings in Silent Hill F might give a rather interesting foreshadowing in this recent development because Silent Hill F has been refused classification in Australia. In case you don't know, refused classification refers to films, computer games, and publications that cannot be sold, hired, advertised, or legally imported in Australia. So if you are in Australia, you're not going to get the privilege of enjoying this game whatsoever. You're going to have to get this game through the 7 Seas or any other methods. As for why this game got refused classification, I honestly don't know. I guess you can read the warnings and maybe that'll answer that for you. Silent Hill F does seem to look pretty serious in what it's trying to do. We'll have to see how serious Silent Hill F will be when it actually delivers in the final game, and why Australia want to ban the whole thing entirely. Those are all the Silent Hill hooplas that I want to discuss, but we have plenty more hooplas to discuss that are gaming and hobbies related. Before we get to all that, if you like the content so far, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, and leave a $1 tip through any of these means. Links below. I am glad that Guitar Hero is still alive to this day, even if it's not directly from their games. We have Clone Hero to thank for that. One of the hardest songs in the rhythm game's history is Through the Fires and Flames by Dragon Force, and a Twitch streamer by the name of Carney Jared managed to finish Through the Fires and Flames not at 100% speed, but 200%. Twice the speed, with 0 mistakes, which is a huge accomplishment. And yet somehow, this brings quite a lot of salt. In a different era, this man would have written a symphony or discovered calculus. Yeah, if you want all that to be accomplished, you're looking at the wrong guy. A large part of our decline is because our creative energy has been siphoned into overcoming imaginary challenges. Oh no, society is ruined because one guy decided to have fun in his life with his imaginary accomplishments. How dare he? Why not spend that time learning how to play an actual guitar? Yeah, instead of playing Need for Speed, why not street race with an actual car? Instead of playing Call of Duty, why not go to an actual war and die? This is such a perfect example of why video games are unattractive. No one asked who you were attracted to. If you're not attracted to guys playing video games, those guys are gonna find other girls. They don't have to change their hobbies to suit you. And if they do, then you're not a great partner. There's quite a lot of hate towards guys enjoying their hobbies, including toys. This one is particularly egregious with the words. If you are interested in toys, superheroes, Legos, etc., as a man, you are a gay slur and you need to get your testosterone checked. Wow, you're not holding back, aren't you? Just because you don't love toys doesn't mean all women don't love toys. These hobbies have something in common. They are juvenile. Juvenile? It's really not. I don't understand what makes you think this way, unless you're some boomer lady in her 50s. They are meant for children. There's zero risk or skill involved. Of course there's zero risk involved. It's just a hobby. People don't want to take risk in their hobbies. They just want to have fun and not die. In fact, even little boys should not have these hobbies. And when they do, they are rightly bullied by other little boys. Wow, nice of you to justify bullying kids. The moment you say something like that, you're just opening the doors for people to bully you back. That's just how it is. Hobbies like hunting, fishing, carpentry, golfing, surfing is masculine because they're taking risk, athletic, or building something useful. All these hobbies are fine. If you like them, great. Just because you find men with these hobbies attractive doesn't mean women in general aren't going to love men that love toys. It just means you don't love men that love toys. There's a lot of takes like this in the last couple of weeks. Whenever I talk to my friends who are looking for a husband and a good father to their future kids, there is always one reoccurring turnoff: Manchildren. Okay, ladies, good luck finding other men that have less childish hobbies. Men who cosplay, even Lord of the Rings, are obsessed with Legos, Marvel, Star Wars, basically toys in general. Oh no, how dare those men have fun with their hobbies? It's the #1 consistent complaint I hear from women, not only my friends. Alright then, ladies, if you really don't want your men to have simple hobbies, then please go out for men that have more masculine and less childish hobbies. The options are there. Go out and look for them. We're not gonna stop engaging in our hobbies just because you think they're childish. Agreed, weightlifting is really attractive to a lot of women, and so is hunting, camping, fishing, or in general, a man who has actual adult hobbies. Yeah, so this is all about what hobbies you find attractive. What you find attractive doesn't mean it's what other women find attractive. If anything, based on my experience alone, there are guys whose hobbies are what you described, and they still didn't get women. And the ones that do have those hobbies, especially fishing, get so obsessed with them that they end up neglecting their responsibilities. So to all the guys out there, choose whatever hobbies you like, as long as it makes you happy. Moving on from men daring to choose less mature hobbies, we have companies daring to compete in the dumbest of ways. Xbox recently announced their gaming handheld that is meant to compete with Steam Decks and other handheld gaming PCs that we've had the last couple of years. A handheld Xbox device that can play Xbox Series games? That sounds amazing, right? But no, that's not what happened. The price is around $499 to $599, so it's the price of a handheld gaming PC. It runs Windows, which is a bit surprising. I thought it's gonna be an Xbox device running Xbox, but no, it's running Windows. Honestly, I don't mind that because the PC gaming library is already pretty massive when you count Steam, but add emulators into the mix and you add several folds more of video game libraries. What I do mind is that it cannot run your Xbox game library. It can run Xbox Anywhere, which only supports the digital copies of some Xbox games, and cloud gaming, which is self-explanatory. This is an Xbox branded device, but you're not buying an Xbox, you're buying a handheld gaming Windows PC. Sucks to be an Xbox fan right now, but since they're migrating to PCs anyway, this might be a good device for them to use to transition from one platform to another. Hopefully this new Xbox handheld is a better offering than the new Nvidia GPUs. The RTX 50 series has been an absolute disaster for Nvidia. This is one of the reasons. This has caused irreversible damage to the industry. Developers don't even bother optimizing now. Yeah, that's definitely something that can be debated. Personally, I'm not really that interested with DLSS or any of the AI upscaling technologies because I play at 1080p. AI upscaling is better suited for 1440p or 4K gaming and not 1080p. That's a pro tip for you. Don't use DLSS at 1080p. It's going to look like crap. Why optimize when higher-end PCs don't need it anymore? That's the worst part. They do need them. Games are so badly optimized these days that even higher-end PCs need optimizing. I get it. Some people have old computers and they can't run the newest games. That's always been a problem. Bro, mine's not even that old. It's still semi-competent and it's still struggling. Eventually, it's time to upgrade your hardware. That's a very nice suggestion, Nanan. Just buy a better hardware. Surely you have a solution to acquire the money required to buy the better hardware, Anan. And finally, let's talk about this peasant that pretends to be a PC gamer. console peasants will reach out really hard for claims like this. PC gamers are just... Bro, I'm not even gonna bother finishing that. Are you for real? This looks like a joke game. PCs have failed. Those Monster Hunter Wild sales would suggest otherwise. Only 4 million Steam Decks sold in 2 years. 4 million sales for a handheld gaming PC is a failure to you? Steam Decks are not representative of all the PCs in the world. $2,000 GPUs for what a $700 console can do. You don't need a $2,000 GPU. And of all the consoles that you want to pick, you pick the bad value one instead of the base model. Broken ports, that's mostly on the developers, and low sales of games. The sales numbers and the player counts would really beg to differ. You Xbox refugees are funny. You can't even spell properly. I have a PC. Yeah, no, that's not your PC. You can't even spell properly, let alone make custom loop builds. And it turns out you are lying. That PC isn't yours. It's someone else's. I had this one made because I saw the original and I liked it. Well, if that's true, then you'd have pictures of your own version, right? Why don't you go back to sucking Xbots and pretending to be a PC gamer, not an Xbox refugee? Oh, the irony of this sentence. Let the real men talk about games, not the kid who takes his shirt off and gifs with cat ears on. Bro, make fun of what these people do on their streams however you like. They're having way more fun than you are right now. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a cat. Before we close this video, huge thanks to all of these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your name among these legends, then check out the links below. Just $1. And you have support this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.